Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. Today going to be doing another episode of Hobby Talk Tuesday, and this episode I'm kind of almost going to be ranting a little bit because um, I think I've reached my frustration level with the price of certain hobby products, and I think the product that kind of did it was 2021 Star Wars Masterwork. Now, this set it's been delayed for a while, and of course, Masterwork first started in 2015. That set was unbelievable, like just so good. I never got a chance to open any back then because I wasn't really buying cards back then, but it was just loaded with great stuff. I mean, just a wonderful product. And then what seems like with each passing year, it's gotten a little bit more watered down, a little bit more watered down. There's still really cool stuff every year. Don't get me wrong, and it's a beautiful product. But you know, the product definitely got diluted pretty bad. I think it's just because they make more of it, and there's less good Star Wars signers that are currently signing. So, to a point, like I was able to buy a case in 2018 and a case in 2019 to open on the channel. How awesome! I loved that. Um, 2018 was pretty fun. 2019 Masterwork was pretty frustrating because the price, of course, always goes up a little bit every year. But that year, they introduced tons of animated autos. And I think my whole case only pulled just a handful of actual movie actor autos. And like all the rest were from animated series. While I love Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff, I don't want to like have my Masterwork set just loaded with those autos. And what worse yet, there was tons of the show called Resistance, Star Wars Resistance autos, and that show is terrible, in my opinion. And yet, that product was very loaded up with Resistance autos. So that really was kind of like, I don't think I can do Masterwork anymore. And then 2020 came out, and there was less of the animated autos, but a lot of low end autos that really barely were on screen, stuff like this. This is what is getting to be annoying about top Star Wars products is you get so many what I would just call no name autograph signers where yeah, it's cool to have an autograph of them, but man, when you're paying 2020 Masterwork was well over $200 a box. You want autographs from you want to have good chance at getting autos of some of your more favorite characters, And so when you pay $200+ for a box and you get a couple of characters that were on screen for 10 seconds and had no lines, it gets very irritating and frustrating as a person that loves Star Wars. Now, fast forward to 2021 Masterwork. This just came out. I did go ahead and buy a box. Now I don't have it yet. I bought it online at a price that was cheaper than I could find anywhere else, and yet it was ridiculously priced, and it's been irritating me. Now I did the pre-order before I got to see the product. It was $400 for this hobby box. And that's the cheapest I could find it. I mean, maybe you guys have other sources to find the products, but that was the cheapest I found. It was at Cards Infinity. So I went ahead and bought me a box because I wanted to, give it a chance. And my thought process was, man, they're up in the game this year. It's going to be loaded with sketch cards, going to be loaded with, top signers. And man, I saw several box openings, and it's just reminds me of a lot of 2020 Masterwork, where it's just kind of, you know, you're going to get a couple autos, but they're not going to be necessarily characters that you're wanting to get. And for $400 a box, you need to have something in there. This you need to have a sketch card every box or something, or every master box. And I think of all the boxes I saw, I only saw two sketch cards get pulled, which really scares me. And it's got me to the point where, it's either going to be eat the $400 and open the box on the channel, which would be awesome, it'd be fun, but could be very painful, or, just sell the box sealed, get my money back out of it. This is a problem right now in all sorts of card collecting hobbies. I'm not talking really TCGs. I'm talking like, especially in football and basketball, and now in soccer even, and like even Formula One. Who was buying Formula One racing cards? A couple years ago. Not many people. Now it's $1,000 for a box. I mean, it's crazy for just a hobby box. I'm not talking about retail stuff. Hobby boxes of Prism in 2018, I could buy for $200 a box on release day. And I bought two or three. I think it was two. That's reasonable. That's a very reasonable price. Now, when 2022 Prism comes out, it's going to be over $1,000 a box. I almost guarantee you. Any type of football card product is going to be, I would say, the very cheapest would probably be $400 and then on up. As much as you can possibly think of spending on a box of cards. I mean, I'm priced out of the market on those. It's the only way. I think it's meant to be breaker only products now, and that really sucks. And I like to watch card breaks and stuff, but man, it's funner just to open a box yourself, and you just can't do it anymore unless you're willing to throw down big money. And what really stinks is the likelihood you're going to get your money's worth out of that box is very small, because back in the old days, when Prism or Optic or any of these great products would come out, you were paying the introductory price. Now the hype of rookies and stuff are baked into the price of the boxes to make it, you have to pull a big card out of those boxes to make it worthwhile. And now this is spread over to like Star Wars stuff, like Masterwork, the higher end Star Wars stuff. You can still get the lower end Star Wars stuff, at a decent price when it comes out. Not as good as it used to be, but I mean, that's mind numbing that they're charging $400 a box for Masterwork. That means you have to pull a huge card to get your money back out of that. Now, I know it's not all about money, but it's also about common sense. And you just, I could find a lot of better ways to use that money than to use it on one box of Masterwork to get, hopefully, an actor's autograph that you've seen on screen at some point or remember. And if you're really lucky, pull a super sweet card, but those are going to be really tough to pull whenever they print way more cards. Your odds of getting the nice hits go down every year because the production numbers go up every year. Yet the prices skyrocket on this stuff for a sealed product. And the prices of getting any of the good hits are all baked in at the beginning. It makes it a no-win situation. So yeah, it's getting ranty now. I'm sorry, guys. Now, baseball has been fairly immune to this, except for the really nice baseball stuff like Bowman Chrome, Bowman. And now it's starting to creep into Bowman's Best. It's this baked in high prices. It's going to all the really nice stuff. What was another? Oh, Topps Chrome. I saw pre-orders for Topps Chrome, and I about lost it. almost $1,000 a box for 2022 Topps Chrome, not update or anything. And it is the jumbo box, which you get 5 autos, which I think last year was maybe $300 to $500, around that range. Now you can pretty much double that. I mean, what can you possibly pull out of that box besides a Wander numbered card or Wander Franco autograph card? You know, I don't think any of these other rookies are going to be in that. Maybe they will, but they weren't in Series One Tops. So, I mean, the price of everything is just baked into all the big hits are baked into the introductory day price, and it's not right. And it'll sell out because breakers, all these thousands of card breakers, will buy it up and pass that cost on to, like, say, I want the Rays. If you want the Rays, that's $300, but you get all the Rays cards out of it. So it's just gotten to a point of ridiculousness, and I really don't hardly ever do breaks, hardly ever at all anymore, just because, you know, all it's doing is just fueling the prices of new sealed stuff. And I don't want to do that. Now, I am still going to be opening baseball stuff. I mean, yeah, I've got some baseball stuff here in front of you. Like the lower end stuff has not been affected by that. I like the lower end stuff anyway. It's fun. It's fun to build sets. You're probably not gonna get a monster hit, but you could. I mean, Gypsy Queen usually. I mean, you get 2 on-card autographs in a box. That's pretty awesome. Heritage. I opened a box of Heritage and it was pretty rough, but it's definitely a lower end product and affordable. Of course, you know I love Allen Ginter. That stuff I saw the pre-order prices on that was reasonable. It's more than it used to be, but it's not crazy expensive, like Topps Chrome or something. It's frustrating whenever you love ripping cards and there's certain products that you would love to open, but I mean, I've gotten priced out of it, and I feel like I do well with the hobby. I let my hobby pay for my hobby. Sell some stuff here and there, grade some stuff, sell some stuff to have cash to buy, cool new stuff. But it's just I don't want to just take money and set it on fire and throw it in the garbage. I want to actually have fun with the hobby, and throwing $400 away on a box just doesn't sound like fun. So yeah, you're gonna notice I probably open more and more TCG type stuff. For now, TCG stuff seems fairly immune to this. I mean, Pokemon releases, when they first come out, the booster boxes are a little bit more than they used to be, but I mean, if you pre-order them and stuff, you can get them for a little bit more than than the. I'd say you used to be able to always get the new Pokemon booster boxes for between $90 to $100. Now it's about $100 to $120, around there. So they've gone up a little bit for new release stuff, but everything's more expensive nowadays. MetaZoo stuff. I mean, don't talk about first edition Cryptid Nation, but the other sets that have come out since then have been reasonably priced on release, and they're super fun. Way less than the price of a hobby box of sports cards. These have been out for like a year. I've shown these on the channel a few times. These Marvel Weiss Schwartz cards. I picked up another 3 boxes. I haven't got them here yet, but I had to order them from Hong Kong. Those were very reasonably priced, and those are going to be really fun to open. Actually, other Marvel stuff, surprisingly, is fairly affordable. So my hat's off to Upper Deck. It seems like they're not completely jacking up the prices of their stuff. Now, it will go up quick because the Upper Deck Marvel stuff is very nice. I really want to get my hands on some Spider-Man Ultra metal. Not Ultra. Some Spider-Man metal universe. Ooh, I can't wait for that set. I'm working on a deal to get some to open on the channel. Now that stuff might be a little bit pricier than what I want to pay, but I think it'll be worth it because by all accounts, it seems like that's going to be an amazing set. Yeah, so I'm still going to open baseball stuff. I'm not going to open high-end baseball stuff, of course, but if I can find good, I always scour for deals, guys. If I find a sweet deal and something fun to open, I'm gonna open on the channel because I love ripping packs and opening cards. Excuse me. And you know what? If I have to go, I still have some of these Mandalorian blaster boxes. I found some of those a while back, and I just never have opened them. I can open stuff like that on the channel, and other Star Wars releases, but I'll show the box of Masterwork, but I have not decided if I'm going to open that box. It is a beautiful looking box, don't get me wrong, but from what I saw of box openings of the 2021 Masterwork, it's over twice the price of what it should be, of what you're getting. They're just not that good hits in it. There's going to be monsters. They're going to be tough to hit. So you're taking a big chance and paying a lot of money up front to take that chance. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the rant. And, yep, Chunky Pikachu had to listen to it too. Stay tuned for more videos. And everybody be cool and have fun with the hobby. And don't overspend on stuff. Just have fun. There's always retail stuff. If you get that itch to rip stuff, there's cheaper stuff. Get into baseball. Baseball's still fairly reasonably priced. All right. And, man, I am loving baseball season so far this year. My Rangers, they're not winning a lot, but they're looking a lot more entertaining. And there's a lot of great rookies out there to root on. All right, later, guys.